is back. So in today's episode, I will tell you about respiration. Respiration is a process in living organisms including the production of energy, typically with the intake of oxygen and release of CO2 from oxidation of complex organic substances. Respiration is of two types. One is aerobic respiration. It has taken place in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobic respiration, quite opposite to aerobic respiration. This type of respiration doesn't have any involvement of oxygen. Have you ever got a doubt about that? Why oxygen is necessary for us and how the CO2 is released during expiration, how the energy is produced. About all these you are going to know in this video. The respiration energy building process. Steps in respiration. For general understanding, we shall know the steps in respiration. Firstly, breathing. It's about the air movement into and out of the lungs. Firstly, the air usually enters the body through nostrils. Then in nasal cavity, the air is filtered by the hairs growing from its sides. These hairs remove dust particles which are present in the air that we breathe. From nasal cavity, the air passes into the pharynx. But there is a tricky problem here. Two passages are separated from windpipe. One is foot pipe and other is trachea. So here the traffic is kept properly channeled by a flap-like muscular valve called the epiglottis, which protects the tube to the lungs by arresting entry of food. Then the air passes to larynx. Then the air passes to windpipe, which mostly known as trachea. Trachea is made of C-shaped cartilages. At the lower end of trachea, there are two bronchi leading to each lung. Each bronchi is further divided into smaller and smaller branches called bronchioles. Finally, these bronchioles are terminated into clusters of air sacs called alveoli. These are known as structural and functional units of lungs. So this is about breathing. Let's know about the second step of respiration, gaseous exchange at lungs level. Have you ever thought about that? Why our lungs are moving up and down while we are breathing? Lungs itself can't move up and down. Someone is lifting. It is diaphragm. It is a flexible flattened muscle. It's look like dome shape. It helps in lungs, moving air into and out of them. Here is an example for the movement of diaphragm. The diaphragm contracts during inhalation. As a result, volume of air in chest cavity is increased. The internal pressure is decreased. In expiration, the diaphragm comes back to its normal position and the volume of air decreases, pressure increases. You know that alveoli are the structural and functional units of lungs. Take a close look on alveoli. You can observe that blood capillaries surround around the alveoli. Here, O2 is passed to the blood capillaries and the carbon dioxide is passed from the blood capillaries to the alveolus at a time by the process of diffusion. Step 3. Gas transport by blood. Oxygen is taken by blood from alveoli. This oxygenated blood was taken to all the other cells of the body by blood vessels. Step 4. Gaseous exchange at tissue level. Hemoglobin of the blood passes oxygen to the tissue cells and the carbon dioxide is passed back from the tissue cells to the blood and then to the alveoli and then to out of the lungs. Now you have a doubt that how the CO2 is released from tissue cells. Where CO2 is obtained in cells, you are going to know in step 5 of respiration, cellular respiration. Recall the process of digestion. When the glucose reaches the mitochondria of a cell, it should be broken to get energy. But the power of mitochondria is not sufficient to break the glucose molecules. Here when oxygen enters the cell, The mitochondria uses the oxygen to break the glucose molecules to form energy. Here is the equation tells you glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. When the glucose is broken by mitochondria through oxygen, carbon dioxide is released in this process. This CO2 is not necessary for our body, so it is sent back out of the body in reverse process. Then the energy is stored in ATP by mitochondria. ATP contains 3 phosphate bonds. Each phosphate bond contains 7200 calories of energy. When energy is needed for our body, one phosphate bond is utilized. ATP is converted into ADP, and after cellular respiration, one phosphate bond is attached to ADP and again forms ATP. This is ATP cycle. Today's question: why don't we take air through mouth for a long time? So this is about today's topic. In my next video, I will tell you about anaerobic respiration. So friends, that's all about today's video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. And for more videos, activate the bell button. Thank you for watching.